Yep, I'll mute myself. So go.
Okay, we should be live. So I'm here with Jim, otherwise known as Mr. Metokur, and we're just going to be talking a little bit about Sargon's video that he just put out earlier, where he is floating the idea of organizing. And I know, Jim, you took some real issue with what Sargon said in that. And the thing about it is that I'm not really sure what your issue is with it, and like where exactly you disagree.
Well, it wasn't an issue. I was laughing at it. That was the main thing I was doing. And my assessment on the whole liberalist thing struck me as kind of cringy, a little bit gay as fuck. So I was having a nice laugh at it, which I've been doing for about the past 3 hours, especially.
Well, that's fine. I mean, you could just say it's lame or whatever, and that's cool.
That's what I did.
Well, fine, but that's the thing is that, like, I don't really understand though. But would you even disagree then? Like,
would I disagree with
the intention with what Sargon wants to do with it?
It seems a bit fart huffy to me, I guess. Saying you've got
when everyone's been putting pressure on Sargon for months and months to be some kind of activist, and even the people on the alt-right declare him so, and yet when he finally actually says, like, sure, I'm going to host events, I'm going to see what we can do to organize something, then all of a sudden it's some kind of big deal. It's some kind of lame thing. When it's like, no, this is what everyone's been saying.
Well, I can't speak for everyone. I can speak for myself. Like I said, it strikes me.
No, this is the whole fucking skeptic community meme. This is the whole thing. Like, every single time people
you gotta let me answer.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
You gotta let me answer. Calm down a little bit.
Go ahead.
A little bit heated. You're getting a little hot on me.
That's fine.
No, I said in his video where he says, holy shit, what was it? A large group of independent-minded individualists. That just strikes me as funny. That's a funny funny sound clip.
It's true though. That's
that large group would be described as what? A collective, right?
No,
it's not a.
It would be a group of. Do you not understand like what individualism is? Like, it's not just some sort of
definition of collective is.
Yes, but there's a difference. There's a difference between individual and individualism and collectivism.
Yes, but I said collective, didn't I?
So then, what's your point?
Well, would it be described as a collective? Would it be described as a collective?
Sure, yes. It's a group.
Okay, it would be a group where he made a video talking about our enemies, and he outlines a list of goals. So if it's not a collective, if it's just individualist, that means anybody can say they're a liberalist and then speak for the group because the group doesn't speak for them. So I could say I'm a liberalist and I want to gas all the Jews. And that's completely fine. That's what a liberalist is, right?
If it went as far as to actually be something to the degree that was professional, where it would be some sort of organization, or if it was actually something, actually organized by Sargon himself, it would have membership. And I think he said that as much.
So membership, leadership, a directive, stated goals.
It depends on the structure. It depends on what it turns out to be. As far as I can tell so far, it's just floating the idea of.
Yeah, and so far it strikes me as funny to say a group of independent-minded individualists that it feels like it's headed towards a collectivism.
How is it wrong? How is it wrong to have a group of people that have shared beliefs?
You're misconstruing me laughing at something I find funny as decrying it as right or wrong.
But the reason you find it funny is nonsensical.
Is because it's cringy.
Okay,
it's
sure.
It's cringy to me. That's why I find it funny. I find fedora tipping Atheism Plus to be cringy as well.
Sure.
I think Kekistan is cringy as well.
Sure.
I mean, that shit strikes me as funny.
Okay, sure. But isn't that the point of Kekistan? Isn't that the point, is to be funny? Is the meme on, like, identitarianism?
Well, the identitarianism...
it is a meme, Kekistan is a meme.
When you fucking identify as Kekistani.
But do you think that people are doing so seriously? Do you think that they actually think it exists?
When they're buying fucking merchandise and flags, yeah, I think that's pretty fag tear. I got to be honest with you. I think it's pretty cringe-inducing, if I was honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, you're asking for my assessment. I'm telling you the perspective I'm taking.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I find it to be cringy.
Okay, but it's just like, but the point is that you keep stressing the individualist part of it. as if that by itself is something that should be mocked in terms of those people coming
Well,
together.
when
But
you
it's
go
people. It's
forward and say, individualist, 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 and then you're like, well, we need to
how many
activize the
times did
group
he say
together.
it versus how many times you're saying it?
Well, in the Spencer stream previously, he's mentioned he's an individualist, or he doesn't
Yes, he
believe in
is.
collectivism.
He
Right.
is.
Forming a collective.
No, it's a group of people coming together because they
That's
have
what a
shared
collective is.
beliefs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
I'm
what a
not
collective.
disagreeing with you, but what you're saying is that this is somehow it's going to have some sort of
I get it.
orthodoxy.
You don't get my humor. I get it, and you see it differently than I do. I understand that, but I find it to be funny. I find it to be cringy. And if you guys take this so seriously, like I have a feeling like you're doing right now, and like he might be doing, like other people might be doing, it's going to end in tears by the end of the year.
I don't think so. I mean, if it went to
You're
some,
way too up your own asses about this already. It hasn't even been like 9 hours, and you're way too up your own asses about it.
I don't really think so. I think that I mean, if it was something that would be organized formally into some sort of like new like political party or something like that, yeah, maybe then it would be way too extreme, way too fast. But all that's been announced so far is live events, and like I said, it just like there just seems to be way too much reading into that, and
Okay, well, what are the live events for? I mean, if it's just Sargon doing like This Week in Stupid and that kind of stuff, why call it liberalist? Why not just say like
because it's
Sargon's going
actually
to do
something.
speaking
As far
engagements?
as I know about it, it's going to actually be more about the beliefs. It's going to actually be more
What
positing
believes?
individualism, liberalism specifically.
Okay, so a political ideology,
Uh, Generally, yeah,
a political group, a political
yeah.
voting bloc.
I mean, if it ever reached that level, that would require a lot of fucking money and organization.
But that's the aim, though. Or are you just all taking the
Maybe
piss
activism.
out
I
and
would say activism would be a right word, or an
okay,
accurate
but
word for it.
so activism as into what? To spreading the gospel of liberalism or a liberalist? I mean, what's the goal, I guess, for
Liberalism. The as far as I know, the only reason why Sargon didn't take the actual word liberal, because I think we both are aware that when we're talking about liberalism or classical liberalism, liberal is actually the correct word to use. But the problem is that because you and I are both American and we know that liberal basically means progressive at this point, and it's used more as a pejorative at this point than any kind of accurate statement as to
no,
what
I get
Sargon
that.
believes.
There's baggage
Right.
for the word. I totally get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole point of liberalist, as far as I'm aware of it, is just to move away from that and actually make it something distinct and a descriptor that you can just use that's easy to use, and it's actually unique.
Right. Right. Um,
It's more of a point of efficacy than it is any kind of like groundbreaking, political fucking struggle.
this just this seems so gay to me. So you're gonna
No,
have a
but that's
dude
the
that
thing is
does
that like
anti-SCW videos
I
start a political movement, and you
but
don't think
that's
that sounds silly? That
but
doesn't strike you as silly?
the thing is, Jim, is that I know that based on watching your channel, I've been following you for a while. You don't know who I am, but I've been following you for a while, and I
Okay.
like your channel. I like your shit. And I like what you do. But the thing is that I know that ultimately, like in terms of your beliefs, you really don't. Uh, they're really in alignment with Sargon. You don't really disagree.
What are my beliefs?
You're a liberal. You're in favor of individual rights. You don't like the collectivists and the
So
totalitarians that are out
what
there
do you mean
trying
by
to use
individual? I mean, if you know my political ideology, what do you mean by individual rights?
specifically individual rights, property rights, etc. That
And
specifically.
conservatives don't believe in property rights?
When did I fucking say that?
You just said you were identifying me as a liberal. I asked you to give me an example. You said
Yeah,
property rights. So I'm
in
saying that
terms
that's
of
what
your
makes me a liberal. That
philosophy.
would mean conservatives don't believe in it, right?
You're being ridiculously obtuse.
I'm not
That's
being obtuse. You're the
yeah.
one that gave the example. I'm
I'm
asking and
saying it.
following up. Do you mean that conservatives don't believe in property rights?
I just said no. They obviously do.
So then how do you know I'm a liberal that lines up with Sargon?
I'm.
I call that a slam dunk. That's a swish. That's from fucking half
I don't
court.
think so. I don't think so.
That's half court, buddy. You can hear it. It's on the clock.
In terms of your philosophy, you do believe it very similar to his in terms of what you believe. You're against collectivism, are you not?
Sure.
Dude, come on, dude. Come on, dude.
You're saying you know me, but I don't think you do. I mean, what do you watch on my channel? What video did you
Your
like the most?
videos.
What videos?
Your videos.
What videos in particular of mine have you watched and liked?
What, over the last few years? I would say
Sure.
going back to the Gamergate videos. Those are
Okay,
probably
aside from the Gamergate videos, I'm on Mr. Metokur now. What videos on
obviously
that?
okay. So, but I would say that when you were on when you were Internet Aristocrat, I liked a lot of those videos, but I followed you over to when you became Mr. Metokur. The Internet Insanity videos are really interesting. The DeviantArt ones, those are definitely fucking out there, and I think they're pretty unique. In that the We Was Kangs video, that's one of your best. That's one of your most famous. Is the We Was Kangs videos. That
Uh,
were you what are they called? The Black Hebrews?
Black Israelites? Yep.
Yes, yeah. They're fucking crazy. Did you actually, this is really off topic, but did you see that
Mhm.
the Southern Poverty Law Center when do you remember when it's like foreignpolicy.com found out through a leaked document to the FBI that they were creating some kind of task force to look into what they labeled black identity extremists? Does that sound familiar at all?
No, I don't think I followed this.
Okay, well, there was a thing where the FBI is looking into groups like Black Lives Matter and all the others that are like black identitarian groups because they believe to be them radicalizing. And a few years ago, when there's all those cop assassinations, like in Dallas and elsewhere, Baton Rouge, you remember that?
Yeah, you talking about the BLM stuff, like with the sniper?
Right. Well, they weren't it's a little bit too far to say that just BLM specifically, even though there's a lot of overlap, I would say, in terms of the groups. But the point is that the um the group that you covered in your video, We Was Kangs, which is a black identitarian group, like a radical black identitarian group, the FBI actually had a document leaked that they're basically trying to infiltrate and look into those groups. And all these like left wing outlets put out all this fucking PR shit, like, oh, they don't actually exist, etc. And the Southern Poverty Law Center actually released a very long document basically showing all these different groups. And they actually went into some of the groups that you named in your video, just mocking them. So that's what I mean when I talk about this is that, like this is something that you can say is something you can dismiss and you can find funny. But I know that you do take this seriously to some extent, that you recognize these
Not
people.
seriously enough to call myself a liberalist and start a political party.
Well, but that's the thing, though, is that like if you want to beat back some of these people that are demonstrably dangerous people, like you have to do something at some point, especially when everyone in the world, including people that don't like you, sees you as some sort of activist. You
Yeah,
know,
but so what? Sargon's in your chat right now. Sargon, are you telling me that you're such a pussy you give into peer pressure? I mean, you did this because the
no, that's
mantle
not
was
that's
forced
not the
upon you?
point. It's because he does actively want to do it
So
because
it's something he's seeking to do.
but no, it's because of the fact that years have gone by where these people, and you know who I'm talking about, the social justice, the left, the progressive left, as the Chinese would put it, the white left. These people have incredible political power. I mean, they've basically taken over Google at this fucking point. They're incredibly dangerous, and they've infiltrated so many different places, including academia. And I know that, like you too, I know you did the video, or what was it? You just made some comment about mocking Jordan Peterson, the clean your room shit.
Yeah, I did a video on that.
And that okay, yeah. And it is true. Like there is a lot of like the sort of like the sort of very simple like points of like pseudo self-actualization that he can put forward. But even with him, you do have to admit that the people that he's talking about are incredibly fucking dangerous. I mean, these people are, in Canada at least, are doing everything in their power to push compelled speech. I mean, that's incredibly dangerous ground to tread.
Yeah, well,
Like,
Canada's a shithole. It's probably a lost cause, if you want
well,
my
but
honest opinion
that's
on
the
that.
thing, man. I mean, that's the thing is that like you can say that just looking at it from afar, but if that was you in that position, and who says it can't spread to this country, man? Do you really think that we're past that where it couldn't happen in this country, the way things are going in America? And that's what I mean. This is the thing. Like I do think that with Sargon, and I can't speak. I know he said to me at least that probably going to do a stream tomorrow about this. But in my opinion, at least, this is what happens when you see yourself as in the position where no one else is doing anything,
Wait, Sargon's doing a stream tomorrow?
as far as I'm aware.
Did you hear it from him or somebody else?
Yeah, he said it.
You heard it from him. So you talked to him.
Yeah.
So did you pull me in here to talk for him then? Because I see him in the chat.
No,
It seems a little weird. It
I
seems a
took
little
issue-
weird that you'd want to have a conversation.
I took issue
Sargon in the
because of
chat,
what you
but-
were saying on Twitter. I follow you on Twitter, dude. You've been talking about this for fucking hours.
Yeah, I've been laughing at it. Let me
Yeah,
give you a quote from the comment section of his video, since I know he's listening. And so I can tell him, because I told V to pull him back from the cliff here. I hate to break this to you, but you are just a content creator. To which he responds, if I was, none of this would be happening. I'd rather just be a content creator, but that's clearly not just the case. That, dude, Sargon, what are you doing? Like, you're taking yourself way too seriously.
But no, that's not true. It's all these different people. I mean, this goes, and I said this to you before when you took issue with me interrupting you before, that it goes all the way back to this whole skeptic community thing, that everyone has been coalescing around Sargon to criticize him as though he's the leader of this. You know, whatever this is, YouTube skepticism, quote unquote, when it's just a collection of people that have shared beliefs to some extent and have a general opposition.
You know, I'm amazed. I see Sargon constantly saying things in the chat. Bring him in. He seems to be rather talkative.
I'll message him. All right.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure he's going to get the message. He'll hear me saying this right now, so he'll check Skype.
I'll send him a message over on Skype. The thing is, Jim, is that, like, you know, I just think you're going a little bit too far with this. Like, I realize that
I'm not on anybody's side. If I think something is dumb and gay, I'm gonna fucking laugh at it. I don't care if it's you or the alt-right or anybody else. If it amuses me, I'm going to laugh at it. This
fair enough.
amuses me.
You're free to do so. I'm not telling you can't.
So how am I going too far? Like, too far in what direction? Laughing at shit?
I just think that you're taking advantage of something you're misunderstanding, and then you're misconstruing it, and it's just weird. It's like, I don't want you to do it.
Man of the hour.
All right,
Jim, you sound kind of rustled. What's going down?
I don't know. Did you send Lewis here to talk to me because I was making fun of some dumb shit?
No,
I
he
wanted to
demanded
talk to
debate
you.
Because, you know, Sargon, I noticed you did the same thing with V when he got pulled into something after you told him not to do it, and then he ended up in there, and then you were in the comment section talking. I don't know. That's a little weird. It's a little coincidental.
Jim,
I talk to my friends.
Mysteries of the universe.
I talk to my friends. Is that okay with you?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know if it's okay. I talk to my friends.
I don't know. I don't know if I should give you permission or not.
Jim,
that's the thing that you're going to have to come to terms with, isn't it?
So, Sargon, what's with the fucking fart huffing?
Well, I think Louis explained it.
Well, you can explain it, because he does. Does he speak for you?
Yes, he's my minion.
Yeah, not yet. He's got to pay me. The check hasn't cleared yet, so I'm waiting on that.
Jim, what? Honestly, are you not like watching your own reaction to this?
Yeah, all I know is I'm making some jokes on Twitter. I get pulled in here. You're in the comment section,
but
and now you're in the call.
Here, didn't you? I mean, like, this is so weird. Like, should we just let the SJWs carry on unopposed? Because it'd be.
Oh my God, Sargon! Yeah, we need the freedom fighter of Sargon of Akkad to go win the West for the world.
We don't.
Without
you, are you saying
you will be in shackles,
Sargon?
Sargon.
Social justice, buddy.
Without you, we'll be in shackles. We need you to save us.
Probably
this
not.
Weak and stupid is the greatest weaponization against SJW.
That's the thing. At least he wants to do something, and that's all I think is something. It's all I'm recognizing here is that he's one of the few people that actually wants to try something, and I'm like, good, let's do it. Like, what's wrong with that?
And like I said, I find it funny how he's going about it, and I find the name to be funny.
It's the only one I could think of. I mean, it logically makes sense, and it's not already taken. So,
why didn't you go with individualist?
Because it's a description of what a liberal is. It's a component of liberalism.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think
liberalist is a bit on the nose.
Honestly, when someone who understands political philosophy explains to you why, like, being shocked that a group of individualists can form a group, you're going to feel really dumb. I'm not even joking, man.
Oh my God, do I need to read more? Do I need to read some more Locke to get up on your level? To get up on your level and understand things better?
It's not like my level. It's just what the things mean.
This is pretty basic, man. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
it's
why I wanted to talk to you. It's really why I wanted to talk.
I don't think so, Lewis. What I think is that you didn't like me making fun of this. And so this just comes across as really...
It's uncool. It's totally uncool, dude. It's don't get me wrong, right? I agree with you. It is the lamest fucking thing. You are way cooler than this, and I don't know why you're wasting any of your time on it.
Well, because I was invited. The quartering said Lewis wanted to talk, so I was like, all right, I'll pop in.
Well, he did. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Seriously though, it's totally fucking lame. I agree with you.
Okay, well, this was educational,
Well, before
Sargon.
you go, did you want to tell
I'm
people
sure
what
you're
it
going
was
to
you
change
did
the
believe?
world.
Because I noticed you were
I'm
doing a
sure
lot of
you're
shucking
going
and
to change the
diving
world
with
with your
Louis, and
SJW videos. I
I
look
think that's
forward
really
to you
funny.
winning the West.
Are you running away?
I said I look forward to you winning the West. I'm giving you
I bet you
congratulations.
do,
I'm
'cause you
so
agree
in your
with me.
camp.
That's the thing, isn't it? You agree with what I believe.
No, I don't, because I think
Oh, do
it's
you believe
dumb
it?
what you're doing. I think that this
No,
organization and
no. Not my
politicalization
method of
of your
actions.
YouTube
Not
videos is
my
fucking
method of
retarded.
action. Not my method of action, but what I believe, you agree with, don't you?
Okay, list your beliefs off. Let's go down the list.
Sure. I think we should have
Okay.
individual rights. We should have freedom of opportunity. We should have access to markets, personal responsibility. I mean, are there any things here that you're disagreeing with?
Well, is there anything that specifically nails that down as liberalism? Is it, like compared to conservatism?
Political philosophy, commonly known as liberalism. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying what differentiates what you just said in the vaguest of terms from conservatism.
Conservatism is a variant of liberalism. It's like a modern bifurcation of it. But the problem, I don't think you must understand that we're currently facing people who, the reason I'm talking about it on these like basic principle level is because the people we're dealing with disagree on the basic principle level.
And
That's
what
why we have to
people
talk about
are you disagreeing with? Because you talked about your enemies in that video. So who are your
the
enemies?
SJWs and the alt-right. Any
So the okay,
collectivists.
wait, no. So the alt-right is your enemy.
Yeah. Have you not looked at the way they treat me?
Did they not treat you kindly?
Do you think they did?
I don't know. People
Is there
talk shit on the
anyone
internet all the
there you
time.
go,
I
we
get,
look
I
like
get
they
shit
rough-
talked about on the internet all the time.
Well, that's good. I don't do that as much.
You don't get shit talked?
Oh, well, I get shit talked all the time. I just don't spend too much time indulging in it.
Okay. So, are
But
you
seriously?
continuing
What
on
like what
with
beliefs
Kraut's-
do you have that are inconsistent with like, well, just the sort of classical Enlightenment liberalism? What do you
Well,
hold? that's
okay, no,
compatible?
this is what I'm more curious about now. Now I'm interested. So you're going to counter the SJWs, but
I
what are you
just
going to
asked you
do
a question. Do you mind answering it? I'm not going to answer another question. I just want you to answer one.
Okay,
Go on,
what
this is your
say,
big
say
fear,
your
isn't it?
question again. Say your question again.
Sure. What personal beliefs do you hold that conflict with the sort of standard understanding of Enlightenment liberalism?
Well, if you give me some vague definition, I would say none then, right? I mean, we can use vagaries and not get into specific policies. Individual rights is great, but give me more to bite into.
No, that's a great,
No, but
that's a great
that's the
start, Jim.
issue because
That's
they
a great start,
disagree
because
with
there are
it.
loads of people who think that individual rights aren't great.
Yes, that's the fucking point.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree on that, buddy.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Now let's get back to my question. You said you're going to counter SJWs, but the alt-right is also your enemy. So what are you going to do to counter them?
Nothing. They're irrelevant.
So if they're irrelevant, why are they counted amongst your enemies?
Because they're people who oppose me.
Oppose you or liberalism?
Me and liberalism.
Are you the group? Is it like your thing?
am not the group.
All right, say that again. You cut out a little.
I personally am not a group, no.
No, but you said, I said you define them as our
Jim,
enemies.
I know what you're trying to do. I know that you think this is like, you think that
I'm asking you really simple questions. You said our enemies, and you listed them as SJWs and alt-right. And then when I said, what are you going to do to counter them? You're like, well, they're mean to me. It seems to be specific to you.
I didn't say that they were mean to me after you said, what are you going to do to counter them? What I'm going to do to counter them is just advocate like they do. Hold conferences, talk to people, try and put across a set of principles that are more positive than, you know what, it's okay to say fuck white people. I think that's a good start, don't you?
Sure.
Oh, I'm glad we're on agreement there. Because I was honestly wondering that you didn't. I mean, it's like this cool kid on the internet.
I don't know. I mean, I have been hanging out with Motex
adorable.
a lot, and he is the king of SJWs. I mean, he does run something awful. I might have gone full goon. What's that?
Sorry, who was that?
I said I have been talking a lot to Lotex and hanging out with him. I don't know. He's the leader of something awful. Maybe I've gone full goon. Maybe I've turned SJW on you. Maybe fuck white people and fuck Drumpf.
Okay. I would love for you to start making content like that.
But Sargon, honestly, and I don't know if anybody else is going to tell you this, so I'm just going to tell you this honestly.
I know what you're going to say. It's cringy. I know.
No, I just think you're getting a little high off your own ego.
Yeah,
and some of the comments
I would agree with you if like everyone wasn't calling me the leader of something, and I was like, I'm not the leader of something. everyone's like, yeah, you are the leader of something. And now we're going to act like you're the leader of something. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just be the leader of something. And everyone's like, oh, you can't do that. That's up your own ass. I'm just doing what people are telling me that I am. And that's fine. I'd rather not do any of this. I cannot wait to do my shitty video games. You just have no fucking idea how much that costs me. But at the moment, I mean, I heard Louis explaining to you like the depth of the problem of SJWs, and I don't think you're ignorant of it anyway. And so you're something like acting like this is something I want to do, and it's really not.
Well, Sargon, but you're a proud individualist, right? I mean, you make your own decisions. Why are you letting peer pressure pull you into a direction you don't want to go?
You don't know what an individualist means.
Sargon, I'm saying, why are you letting a group dictate to you what you're doing?
Because I'm not like a Randian objectivist. I'm not an anarchist.
Sargon, you're telling me you don't want to do it. Why are you letting them pressure you into doing it?
Because it needs to be done, Jim. That's fucking why, mate. Do you know in my country they are teaching 4-year-olds about being transgender or not?
Yeah, I can imagine that's probably going on in a lot of places.
You think that's a good idea?
No, I would not think that was a good idea.
Maybe someone should do something, right? But I mean, I wouldn't want to be uncool.
So nobody's speaking out against that.
Fucking no, mate. Honestly,
nobody's speaking out against transgender 4-year-olds.
You will find, I don't know, some conservative politician somewhere who gets roundly lambasted on social media, but they don't know anything about the underlying philosophy. They don't understand any of this.
That's the real issue. You talk about conservatism, Jim, but it's like, yeah, what the fuck is conservatism doing? What have they done other than lose and lose and lose and then get Trump elected and then that's it, at least in the United States context? What are they doing to combat any of this shit at all?
I have no fucking idea.
Nothing.
My prime minister is a conservative, and the other day she comes out calling for gender equality in the workplace or some shit. It's like, you're not a fucking socialist, bitch. You're the opposite of what you are currently advocating for, at least in name. And it's like, dude, you can sit there and like make fun and go ahead. I don't care, but like to suggest that something doesn't need to be done is weird to me.
I don't know. It's just the timing of this strikes me as odd, man. I mean, you had the stream with Spencer, and he made fun of you for not being as smart as you think you are. And then the Murdoch video came out.
It was a bit of an ironic statement, wasn't it?
Yeah, true. And then the Murdoch video came out and mocked you, for literally becoming an Akira baby.
Okay. And I'm sure that's
very representative. The stepfather meme that's going around, and it's just weird. It almost seems like they're saying you're too dumb to do this, and like you're doing it just to prove them wrong.
Maybe that's why I find it. I should just do nothing.
Well, you could.
Their estimation is very important to me. So I guess I should regulate myself accordingly. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you're so easily swayed by other people's opinions, I might as well throw mine out there. I don't really
think that's it, because how long have they been saying the exact same things? And like I said, this goes back at least even a couple of years of just general vague like antagonism. And it's like, okay, the things that the status quo is not currently working, and the advocates that exist out there that are right-leaning or more conservative, the only ones that have any real traction that I've seen are people like Paul Joseph Watson, who aren't exactly, in my opinion, like deep thinkers. Like, I watch his channel, I like his channel, I like Paul Joseph Watson, and he does have traction, but he's not actually getting into like the real difference in principles to what's going on here between the different sides. He just generally mocks the other side. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think it's advancing anything that could actually correct the issue.
Okay. Well, like I said, Sargon, I'm giving you an honest assessment. I think you're getting way too high off your own ego. I honestly do, based on your comments and some of your actions. I'm just telling you that. You can take it or leave it. That's up to you.
No, but dude,
I'm fine.
And I think this is cringy as fuck. And I think that if you perpetuate this for like 6 months to 8 months, the amount of shit you got in the past is going to pale compared to what you're going to get in the future.
I understand, but like your little echo chambers aren't everywhere. This is
what
the thing.
Echo chambers are
kind of. I don't know about half of the stuff you're talking about. So like the whatever it is you're passing around about me, but like, do you not think that
passing around about you?
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Like. You guys say whatever you want. I don't mind. Like,
Well, if you don't know what I'm doing, then how would you know I'm passing around stuff about you?
Because you just brought it up.
So I'm Murdoch now, and I'm Richard Spencer.
Have you not like retweeted something of his?
Well, you wouldn't know, would you?
Maybe someone might have sent me something.
Oh, so people are sending you information about what I do?
Only once.
Oh, just the once.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that information you got sent that I was
Well, that
doing?
was this video of the baby thing, which is, I'm sure, completely reflective of what it is, I believe.
Wait a minute,
And
dude.
not at
I
all
just said that
reflective of
you
what
put
you
that video
believe
up because of the
incidentally, Jim.
Murdoch thing, and somebody sent it to you, and then you put the video up. So I called that.
Sorry, say again.
I said that, you know, the Richard Spencer saying you were dumber than you think you are, and Murdoch putting the Akira baby video out got to you. And now you're telling
No.
me somebody sent you the information that I tweeted that. And then after you get that information, you put the video up. So I was right.
No, you weren't. This is just like apparently you. I haven't watched your last video about Crowd, but apparently you were clipping that in a weird way as well. This is you, Jim. Honestly, it's really weird watching you desperately try to make something of this, but it's actually not.
What did I desperately try to make out of Crowd,
just done
Sargon?
it.
What did I desperately try to make out of
You
Crowd?
think there's a narrative here? I didn't know about any of this. I've been spending.
Sargon, you're like, I don't know what you do, Jim, and then you say, well, people are sending me information about you, so stop fucking lying. What did I twist about Crowd?
That doesn't give me a comprehensive understanding of the things you're doing. I don't spend very much amount of time.
I don't know what you're doing, Sargon, but people are sending me information about what you're doing. Don't try that pill pull shit on me, man.
Bitch, that is not fucking what
Bitch,
you're doing.
I'm being honest with you. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what Jim's up to, but people send me information about Jim. Come on, don't lie so badly. Jesus, step it up, Sargon.
Are you even trying? Are you even trying? Jim,
am I trying what? You're fucking up left and right. What the fuck are you talking about, Sargon?
Think about what you're saying.
I don't know what you're doing, Jim, but people are sending me information about what you're doing just the once. Sure, buddy. Sure.
What is the importance of what you're saying right now?
Because you fucking lied, Sargon. Because you lied.
So asinine, Jim.
Well, then why would you lie about something so petty, Sargon? Wait, it makes no sense.
That's the thing, Jim. You've made this narrative up, and now you're certain you're right. And I'm just saying, you're not right, man. I was working on the video all day. You've now made it up in your head that you're completely correct, and I must be a liar instead of you being wrong.
Sargon, you just told me you don't know what I tweet, and then you told me people send you information, so you do know what I tweet.
You referred to a massive body of work, Jim. A large amount of stuff that's going around.
What the fuck are you talking about, a massive body of work? My tweets are what people send you, Sargon. Which is it?
Why is this a point of contention?
Because you lied, Sargon.
I didn't lie. I'm just
Yes, you did. I don't know what you're doing, Jim, but people are sending me information about what you're doing. Seems like a lie to me.
Yeah, a tweet, Jim.
Okay, then why would you lie about it?
You think that gives me a comprehensive knowledge of your Twitter history?
All I know, dude, is the timing. You got that. You saw the
brilliant timing, man. Brilliant timing.
It
could be exactly as you say, or it could be how I say, which is I was making the video in the time frame you're thinking of. I don't know, man. I'm sorry that you're not correct on this.
Oh God! Why do you do that insufferable chuckle shit when you think you're right about something? It's so fucking annoying.
Hang on,
it's so played out. You did it with Spencer too, and it was just cringy as fuck.
Hang on. Let me just say something in defense of the idea of organization or having more live meetups. And Sargon, I know that you can speak to this. That it was probably well over a year ago, or maybe even longer, that you and I had a conversation about what can be done to organize and who could do it in terms of actually trying to do something that could be some sort of political activism against the left, or what would be the progressive left. Did we not at least have one conversation?
If it was a year ago, I can't remember, man.
Well,
I don't know.
We had a conversation about this a long time ago. To say that the timing is just spur of the moment is not true. This is something that has been discussed for a very long time with different people. That one of the real issues is that the voices that are out there, and I could give you an example, Jim, of what I compare this to. Okay,
go ahead.
I forgot what Douglas Murray did prior to him actually speaking out against Islam. I don't remember if it had to do with music or history or what. I can't quite remember. But he had something else that he did prior to him speaking out about Islam. But one of the issues with Islam or Islamism, was that no one else would speak out about it. And so then he took the initiative to speak out about it. Would you think that Douglas Murray is cringy because he decided to do something that no one else was doing, or at least not enough of people were doing?
Did he brand himself as something when he did it?
An anti-Islamist.
Okay, because
he does speak about the actual, the real principles and the real values, at least in the UK, that are being lost.
Would it be cringy if he called himself something? Would that be cringy?
If he came up with some term like liberalist, yeah, it would be.
Well, what's wrong with?
I think he calls himself a
So
neocon.
different from socialist or feminist or what?
It's just, it makes me laugh, Sargon.
Yeah, I know.
You
It's
want me
because
to
it's
explain
nerdy.
why it
It's
makes me laugh?
sad, right? I
Huh?
agree, dude. I totally agree, right? And like, look, can we like drop the egos for a minute? Because like, this is something that pisses me off so much. Because everyone is accusing me of being like egotistical about all of this, and I'm really not, right? I don't want to have to be doing these things. I'm not interested in these fucking ego matches. And it's not like I don't know that you do generally have political sympathies in my direction. And it's fine. It doesn't mean you have to join me. I'm not trying to like steal your go-kart or something, because that's really how this is coming across. Like, I understand it's lame to have to do something, to organize something, to stamp something, but if you're not going to do it, Jim, someone's going to fucking have to.
Okay, so the mantle of leadership was thrust upon you, but you'll take it up.
No, it was thrust
Even though
upon
don't
you,
want
you
to.
pussy, and you shut your channel down.
Yeah, I left Gamergate because it turned into a fucking hug box of pussies that were money grubbing fucks that were using it to bank money. Yeah,
So you
that's
should
why I
have done
left.
something about it, shouldn't you?
Well, the whole point during the whole point during Gamergate was there was no leader, Sargon.
Yeah,
It
I
wasn't
know.
my place to step out and
And
tell
it
people to
lost,
get in
didn't
line.
it? It lost. People have been looking to you for leadership for years.
That was their fucking mistake. I was very clear at the
you're not a
beginning.
fucking leader. You're a coward.
I was very
That's
clear
the problem.
at the beginning,
You're
Sargon.
so afraid to stand for anything.
Holy shit, you are so up your own ass. But you're the brave man, right,
How
Sargon?
is this me being up my own ass? This is an
That's the
observation about
inverse
your
of what you're
behavior.
saying, is it not, Sargon? That if I'm the coward for not doing anything, you're the brave man for doing something.
No, it's people look to you, Jim, for some kind of any kind of leadership.
Well, they're fucking retarded. I'm an internet troll. What the fuck are you guys on about?
But his
We're on
point
about
was
what
you
people
ran
do
away.
with you, man.
You
That's
ran
what
away
everyone
from
does.
it. You
And yeah,
created a
honestly,
whole new channel and then opened a Patreon. And you're gonna sit there and try to say to other people that they're fucking sellouts.
Did I use Oh, no. Did I use Gamergate to get fucking dental work done, to get a new wheelchair, to pay my rent because my Asian girlfriend kicked me out?
No one's saying you're not pure.
So don't compare me opening a Patreon after Gamergate to criticizing people using Gamergate to make money. That's a clear fucking mistake.
It's not wrong what you do. Okay? We're not saying it's wrong. You're the one who's worried about it.
I'm not worried about it, but you're trying to make it seem like, oh, that goes counter to what I said during Gamergate.
You're saying that people are looking to Sargon for some kind of activism. He says, okay, I'll do activism. And now you're saying there's something wrong with it.
I'm saying it's fucking laughable. I told you at the very beginning of this conversation, when we started this stream, that I didn't pass a moral judgment on it of being right or wrong. I said I found it funny and I was laughing at it.
Yeah, but you must just be laughing at the concept of activism then, right?
Yes, I think people generally that describe themselves as activists are fucking retards, yes.
Okay, well, we agree. I agree. Activism is retarded, but unfortunately, our enemy's doing it far better than we are.
Oh,
and I mean, are you suggesting they're not anti-white male? I think that we can classify them as enemies at this point.
I mean, Jim, like, seriously, like, these people are changing laws in multiple countries, and it's like I just don't, like, I can't understand how you see this as something that is so easily dismissible.
Did you know?
I think you guys are overestimating your abilities. You're acting like, oh my God, we're going to jump in and change the world. You're fucking YouTubers.
Nobody fucking said that.
We're probably going to fuck it up.
Yeah, and so I'm going to laugh when that happens too.
Great. That's great. And when you're not allowed on the internet because you're an alt-right male, then it won't be a problem, will it?
I guess not. I'll laugh about it in person as I relate the story to my children.
Okay.
We'll have a chuckle about it.
I was the last cool kid on the internet, chaps.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him I was the last cool kid on the internet.
That's how you feel, though. Everyone can fucking see it.
Oh, is that how I feel?
Yeah, this is something else to run away from.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about? I'm in the chat right now talking with you. I haven't run away from the fucking stream yet. Come on.
Come on, man. You know you shut down your channel because you didn't want to be the leader of GameGate, because you were the de facto leader.
Did I explicitly state, Sargon, you're not blind or stupid,
I don't need
right?
you to during Gamergate, man. Everyone
during
knows.
Gamergate, Sargon, did I not explicitly state that I'm not a leader, that we probably shouldn't have leaders, that people should do what they want to do? If you're good at digging, dig. If you're good at... What's that?
Then if you state it, then people definitely aren't following you. Because, I mean, I've done enough of that myself, and people definitely aren't following me. Is that how it works? It doesn't work like that, and you know it, man. Come on, you know it doesn't work that way.
Well, Sargon, here's the difference. People tried to force me into the position of leadership. I declined. You gave in.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. You gave
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, because I don't want my son
Because
brainwashed with tranny shit. I don't want them trying to turn him into a girl before he's even 10 years old. Yeah, I'm a fucking pussy that way, Jim.
I think there's more involved than just you being forced in the position. I think you like it a little bit.
No, I fucking hate it. I've literally for years been saying consistently, I just want to make my shitty games. But unfortunately, Jim, I can't just stand by and let this go on. And if no one else is going to do it, who the fuck's going to do it?
Here's the thing, Jim. Wouldn't it be easier for him to just continue making like stupid, lame, anti-feminist videos and not do live events or anything? Wouldn't that be a lot easier? He already makes a lot on
I have no
Patreon.
idea.
Wouldn't that
I
be
don't
easy?
do live events.
Okay,
I don't
well,
know how
I can
difficult
let you
it
know
is.
it would be way easier.
Well, you seem to organize This Week in Stupid in a live event pretty easily.
Yeah, that's because I'm pretty good at organizing stuff, actually.
Right, so it's not difficult.
For me, for other people,
Right.
and it's not that it's not difficult. It's just I'm good at that.
You're good at organizing.
I seem to organize This Week in Stupid pretty easily.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about events.
That was an event.
Yeah, so I mean, you're good at doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at organizing. Yeah.
So I mean, but you're also saying that it's difficult to do this kind of stuff. But if it's easy
It
for
is.
you, it wouldn't be difficult, would it?
But would it be
Yeah,
demonstrably easier
yeah.
to just make videos at home and then
Jim,
collect on
do you even
Patreon?
understand? Like, it's not. It's relative. If someone can have a skill at something that is difficult, and so for them it's less difficult. I mean, this is like levels of pedantry I can't even begin to describe. And you know that you think that what we're doing is actually ultimately going to be beneficial.
No, I don't. I think it's fucking goofy as shit, man. That's why I'm laughing at it.
It is goofy as shit. That's why, man. I fucking cringe at the idea of going on stage. It was really difficult. It was, and the thing is, like, it wasn't the room. Obviously, the room were fucking thrilled that I'd gone on a stage, but I fucking hated it because I never want to be the sort of fucking guy who sits there on a stage talking to people. I really don't. I totally understand where you're coming from, but unfortunately, I really think we're at a point where no one else is addressing this satisfactorily. And even if it's not fucking perfect, okay, I just want to make it good enough and I want to try and improve things. I'm just at that point now, man.
It just comes across like a savior complex. Like if
I
I
totally
don't do it,
understand.
nobody else is going to do it. I
Yes.
have to save
But
the West.
again,
Nobody
I'll-
else will save the West.
I'm going to press you on that. I'm going to press you
Okay.
on that as well. Go back to Douglas Murray. Again, apply the same thing to him. Do you think that he's a
I
fucking
don't give a
jerk
fuck
off?
about Douglas Murray one way or the other. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? He had a savior complex. Why not?
Is everyone who wants to try and fix things someone with a savior complex?
When you frame it in the way that if nobody else does it, I have to do it because nobody in the world is fighting this issue. It has to be me.
But again, it's the truth is that the people that are out there, the conservatives that are out there that do not agree with the people that are on the left, they are doing fucking nothing and they have no efficacy. They aren't changing shit.
So you guys are going to go out and change the world.
I
They
never
try.
said
It
that.
will be an attempt, yeah. I
To
don't know whether
change
we're
the
going to be I don't know whether we're going to be successful, but we're going to have to try and change something.
Oh man.
The SJWs did it, man. They changed the world. You know, it's not like all it is ideas. All we just have to do is make convincing arguments and persuade people that maybe, just maybe, getting a child to self-castrate is a problem.
Would it be wrong even in the end of if the best we can do or the best Sargon can do is to influence politicians to whatever degree that is possible? Is that terrible?
Dude. Okay.
Why is that crazy?
Because that sounds so dumb. Hey, this YouTuber's going to influence
That's politics.
Dude, it's
Jim,
all
that's just egotism. Come on,
No,
guys.
it's not.
Come
It's
on.
politics.
Jim, listen.
Fucking ridiculous.
No, Jim, it's actually really, really likely. I mean, there's an MP in Britain called Philip Davies. He already speaks at MRA conferences.
Right. Well, PewDiePie
He's
had
in the
what, 50
parliament.
million subs? He still got shit on by the press, right? He's at a level way beyond
So
you.
fucking what?
Yeah.
So
So,
what?
like,
What
if
is the press
you can
going to do?
influence politicians, why isn't PewDiePie's, spiel about how the New York Times is treating him, how the Wall Street Journal was treating him? Why
That's a
didn't that
political
influence them?
platform. That's policy. That's an actual argument against anything other than fuck the press.
Okay. This is just
No, seriously.
this whole thing is absurd. I don't know how you two don't see
There
that.
are already MPs who are engaging with YouTubers and things, and even smaller groups. I don't understand why you think this is a big deal.
Again, I find it funny, and I think the way you guys are looking at this is just way too serious and way too up your own asses, and it's got a tinge of egotism to it. I'm giving you my assessment. I mean, you can take it or leave it, but that's how it appears to me. That's really how it appears to me. I'm not, fucking screwing with you. I'm telling you how it really appears.
I believe you 100%, man. This is the thing, right? I don't actually think you operate from bad intentions. I know there are a lot of people who think that because you're just like, the king shitlord, but like, I don't think you actually do. Like the drunken thing you posted back to V. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of nice. Look at that. He does have a heart. But yeah, I believe that's your honest intention, man. I believe that's your honest assessment, and I appreciate you giving me it. Because I appreciate, I know it's gonna be fucking cringe. Hey, I'm gonna get up here and tell you how things should be, man. I don't like the sound of that. But
the reason why I wanted to talk to you, Jim, to begin with, is because I like I said to begin this, I like you. I like your channel. I follow you. I have for a long time. I care about what you think, and if that's fucking lame of me, then fine, it's lame of me. But there's a reason why I'm talking to you and not anybody else at the moment.
And what would that reason be? I mean, there's got to be other people that you like that think this
your
is
intelligence. Cringy. That's the reason.
You guys just went on about how I don't understand these terms and I really don't get it. So what intelligence are you respecting?
That just makes you uneducated.
Oh, I'm uneducated. I need to read more. What intelligence do you like then in me?
The fact that you're
an
incredibly good critical thinker, and I totally understand why you would take the name Mr. Methodical. You have a very good style. You do your work very well.
That actually, it's not Mr. Methodical. That's a joke. It just translates. It translates to that in Turkish.
I didn't know. Okay.
Metokur was spelled by a retarded man that couldn't spell mediocre properly. That's where the name originates from. Yes.
Is that where it originates from? I didn't know that.
A literal retard couldn't spell mediocre, and it came out as Metokur.
The Turkish translation was a convincing author story, a different story.
Yeah, I would have stayed with it. I would have just
said, because people are stupid and they'll believe a lot of dumb shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was actually it was convincing. But
that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, the reason that people look up to you is because you are an intelligent man, not knowing the definition of one word. I mean, don't get me wrong, the alt-right have demonstrated they don't either, so you're not alone. It's just I don't understand. How are you okay with what the SJWs are doing? Do you think it would be better to be not lame than try and stop them?
Well, Sargon, I don't understand how you standing in front of an audience in person rather than making a YouTube video is going to have any difference when it comes to dealing with SJW. Saying a blue-haired feminist is an idiot.
It does.
Okay, how does it translate? How does that?
I have no idea. But Thomas Smith.
So then how do you know it does?
Anita Sarkeesian triggered the fuck out in VidCon after me just sitting there. Dude, it apparently really matters to them.
So you're planning on counter-protesting. You're going to go to their events.
Sometimes. I'm definitely going to host my own, though. And if they want to come to mine, they're more than welcome to come to mine.
Dude, all right. Well, you know what? Good luck to you. I still think it's a monumental mistake. I think it's going to end,
I'm sure it is.
And badly. It's cringy as shit. And dude, I think you're getting a little too high off your own ego. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that straight up.
Thank you.
I don't think V would tell you that for some reason because he likes you too much.
He would. He absolutely would tell me that.
Okay. So we'll just disagree on this, I guess. I don't know how else to put it.
I think there's a disagreement. I agree with everything you said. It is all of those things, but I don't think I'm being egotistical. But I'm not perfect. I mean, maybe. I'm trying not to be.
Well, wait. If you agree with me, then why would Lewis pull me in here to ask me about it? Because everything I've said apparently,
he's the one who
Lewis. Sargon agrees with me. So
the reason why I pulled you in here is because, like I said, I care what you believe, and I was actually surprised by how. I don't know, just
amenable. You've been.
You were just. I don't know. Like I said, you just seemed to misinterpret what the video was and then just ran with it. And
but Lewis, apparently I didn't misinterpret it because everything I've just said I was tweeting out.
From my perspective, you did.
Sargon just told you he agrees with
me. I agree with you, the social perception, but on the technical definition of terms, you're wrong. Yeah.
On what? On the technical definition of cringy?
No, individualist.
Okay, putting that aside, my main thing was I was laughing at it, calling it absurd.
It really was the point.
Yeah.
You don't think that you actually uttered the phrase "a group of independent-minded individualists coming together with an enemy list and a set amount of goals"? You want to, you want to organize as a political group. I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that wouldn't be collectivism.
No,
No.
collectivism is the principle of putting the value of the group above the individual.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, could I call myself a liberalist once you've established this and go around telling people that as an official liberalist, our party policy is gassing kikes?
No, obviously not.
So I'd have to yield to the group's will.
No, you would just be using the term incorrectly. It's like saying I'm a fascist, but I don't want the government.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
It
is,
doesn't make me an
if the
anarchist
group
or
is
fascist.
establishing norms that you have to follow, it would be a collective, would it not?
It would be a group. It wouldn't be collectivist. You're trying to combine the words, and that's not accurate.
Jim, you can't play this word game. It just doesn't work. That's the thing. This is what I'm saying. You're just using the term incorrectly. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really not.
Okay, so you're going to create a large group of individuals that's not a collective, that's going to come together with a goal list and a political party ideology.
It is a group.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I said a group of individuals. That's not a collective.
No, every group is made up of individuals. Not every group is made up of individualists.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know what I'm saying, Sargon?
No, that's...
No, I don't. I'm literally saying...
Okay, Sargon, you're
going
to create a group of individualists, okay,
yes.
that's not a collective, yet has, so it is a collective?
Why don't you define collective for us? Because maybe we've got a different definition to you.
Well, you're talking about two different things, right? So a collectivist would be somebody that adheres to the group will, or the group will overrides their individual rights. So my individual right as an individualist would be, what, free speech, free association?
Yes.
So I could go out and say I'm a liberalist and we want to gas the kikes. And you, as another liberalist, couldn't say I'm wrong because you would be using the group.
That would definitely be going against the principles of liberalism, yes.
The principles set by who?
It's like a socialist saying I'm for private property. I mean, you can say it, but that doesn't make you a socialist. It's weird how you like things have definitions and definitions do matter. I know what you're trying to do, but it just doesn't work. I'm really sorry.
I think it works just fine. I find this funny, like I've told you, and I know that you don't see it as that, and you're going to set out as a group of individuals. It's not a collective.
You're just really being obtuse.
Okay, I'm being obtuse, but you'll have to yield though to me on Lewis. What I said about this being cringy shit, Sargon agrees, so it is, right? Cringy shit.
Totally.
No,
totally.
I don't.
Doing something in the real world is totally cringy shit. I agree.
Oh, okay. Now you're being sarcastic about it, so you weren't genuine earlier.
I'm not. It's real cringe. I swear to God, I'm gonna hate it. And you know, in like if say it went for like 5 years, I probably would become everything you're thinking of. So don't be afraid to do a fucking video on me if I am actually doing it. Because I will need
so
to
Lewis,
be
if Sargon is telling you this, he's the guy that made the video, so it is cringy shit. Yes.
Like I said,
I just want to hear you say it.
You can believe that. That's fine. I don't care. I think
Sargon believes that. Do you believe
from
what
your
Sargon?
point of view, Jim, I do think you will find this to be cringy shit because you find any kind of like positive statement forward to be cringy because I think you're hyper aware that anything could be criticized and you're really afraid of being criticized. I don't care whether you think it's cringy. I just want to start trying to fix things. Just push back on.
No, and I get that. I'm not trying to pull you back into this discussion. I just want Lewis's opinion. If Sargon is saying this is cringy shit,
that's fine.
Video.
He's fine. He can believe that. But the thing is that I if you want to ask me if I do take this seriously, then yes, I do. Yeah, I think this is something that's necessary. It doesn't. It could be him or somebody else. It doesn't matter to me. It's just as long as somebody's doing it, and I actually know that they're going to put forward some actual, philosophy that may contradict or may have some efficacy against the people that are out there that want to basically just take the Constitution and put it in a shredder. This is very serious.
I mean, Richard Spencer said, "Oh, it's just a piece of paper." The far left. Did you see the one? I think it was from California, where they were like, "We think that's an outmoded document or something," and it's just like, holy fuck, dude! These people are lunatics, and they want to tear down everything that I hold dear. It's awful.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else to discuss, gentlemen?
No, if you got to go, you got to go.
No, I don't have to go. I'm just asking. I gave you an hour of time. I got a few more minutes.
If you want to head off, man, just head off.
I know. If you said you had a time limit.
Yeah, well, I told you I had an hour, but we've got a few more minutes. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss before I go?
No, other than if Sargon hosts an event of some kind, if it's anywhere near you, you should go.
No, I'm very anti that. Milo, when he was up in my area, wanted me to come to attend one of his university speeches.
Did he?
And I tried to explain to him that I don't really do that kind of shit. I don't go to VidCons or
I think there's a little bit of
Kilroy's
difference.
or any of that shit.
But though, why not? And I genuinely mean, like, why not?
I'm not going to go into real life activizing. I'm sorry.
No. I just mean not like activism. I mean specifically, why can't you just go to a 10? Because I'm pretty sure if you said you were going somewhere, there'd be a ton of people there to meet you.
Oh, yeah. You would see what I'm talking about, Jim. You would
No,
see
no, you're misunderstanding. My philosophy behind being on the internet has always been anonymity. I don't want to meet people in real life. That kind of runs counter to what I do.
Yeah, I know.
Fair enough.
But imagine if you did. What do you think the people would be like?
I have no fucking idea.
Come on, dude, come on.
When I did Deviants, well, let me answer. When I did Deviants, I had a bunch of furries that found it funny, a bunch of vor fetishists that found it funny. I'd probably have people showing up with bike pumps to shove up their ass.
That would be amazing.
It's a whole diverse mixture of people. I have no idea what would show up.
You are not making a good case against a Metokur meetup.
I know you aren't.
That is a really good idea.
I'm just saying, if one happens, you're getting a ball pit and you're going in it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna host a real life event. Holy shit!
Oh come on!
Oh
dude.
my god, you're such
fucking
a
god, no!
Come on, man, do it. It'd be amazing.
No, I think I'm good on the Metokur meetup in real life. I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
That's genuinely too bad, dude. Because that would be awesome. Because out of all the people that I would genuinely like to meet, you would definitely be at least in my top 10. Just
Why?
Just to shake your hand, just to fucking meet you, dude. Just
yeah, but I'm just a dude that puts videos up on YouTube. Like, what is there to meet and talk about?
Nothing. It's just for the sake of it. It's just for the sake of it. Doesn't have to be.
Sargon, I said no. Welcome to my world.
Bitch, do you not think I spent years saying no?
You could have spent a few more saying no. You gotta be made of steel, Sargon.
Like when the speech laws come into place, is that when? At what point is it acceptable for Sargon to be an activist? Like how far to think? How much?
Well, no, I mean, I genuinely think if he doesn't want to do this, if he's being honest and he really doesn't want to do it, it's going to end badly. If you're not into it, if you don't have your heart 100%,
I'm committed. I'm absolutely committed.
Yeah, but if you're forced into it, it'd be awful. It'd be like making content that you don't want to make. It'd be like making a video you didn't want to make. You know how tough that can be. But I mean, imagine it on a scale of people showing up to events and shit.
No, the thing is, there's a lot of energy when you go to events. It's always really cool. People are really happy to be there. But the thing is, what I mean
even if it is seriously, even if it is a serious event, there's still a reverence to it of meeting people.
I mean, it's not like I don't want to meet people and do. I love my job. My job's amazing. But like, I wouldn't be doing it unless I had like a giant overarching incentive to do it. You know, given the opportunity, I'd rather just be a fucking lazy neckbeard in my basement making shitty video games. That would be
but what's the incentive though? I mean, what's there to do it in real life as opposed to just online?
Positive change.
Try and fix the future for my kid, man. You know, I just cannot get over like how much this shit has infected my country. You are so lucky in America. You have no fucking idea how insulated you are from so much of the bullshit that's going on. Don't ever let them take any kind of hate speech law. Don't ever. And any American listen to this. Whenever they say hate speech, you tell them to shut the fuck up. It's free speech. Every time.
You got to
your Second Amendment or whatever it is with your fucking life. You know, I promise you will regret it if you don't.
You got to admit, Jim, I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention too much to what's going on with Count Dankula, but you have to admit that kind of shit is fucking insane. Like the way that they're stringing him along.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, shit. I understand that losing your rights over in Europe probably is tough, but you've got the caliphate to look forward to. So,
but that's why, like, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of
just have to be a lame-o and just get out and try and do something. You know?
Well, you can always convert. You can become one of the, the new members of the caliphate that's going to take over.
God, you cock or something. Jesus, listen to yourself.
Come on,
I'm gonna be manning the fucking helicopter squadrons.
Are you? You're going to go out and fight in the streets?
If it came to, I guess. I mean, I don't want to, and I'd be terrible at it, you know. But it's anti-far, isn't it? So.
But that's the thing, though, is that the right, honestly, that's been one of the only effective things they've done is showing up in the fucking streets. Because
I don't know. I don't think Charlottesville went very well for them.
No, I'm not talking about Charlottesville.
They were in the streets on that one.
I'm talking about Berkeley. Berkeley, I'm talking about.
It's essential, in fact.
But I don't think we want to really settle this. I mean, I'm sure it would be good YouTube fodder, but I'm not sure we want to fucking have this settled in the streets. You know what I mean? Like,
no. I would much rather just have the police do their fucking job. I mean, in my country, right? When they discovered the Rotherham rape gangs, after the investigation, I can't remember the name of the doctor offhand, but she did this big investigation, and basically she just came back saying they're afraid of being called racist. That's why they let it go on. Imagine you're a police officer, you burst into a home, you find a drugged up 13-year-old and a bunch of 20-something Muslim Pakistani men, and then you take the girl and accuse her of being a prostitute. That's what police in my country have done because of fear of the word racist.
No, I've seen the news reports. Same
Yeah,
with
so-
Cologne on New Year's. I've seen all that stuff.
Yeah, so
Talk to Dean Esme
something-
about it.
So, yeah, that was great. He fucking hates me. I don't even know why he hates me.
I don't know why half these faggots hate me. Dean Esme doesn't like me. One of the guys that showed up to your This Week in Stupid is really up my ass all the time. The fucking
really?
puppet guy.
Oh, he's not up your ass all the time.
Oh, he fucking is. He takes these passive-aggressive snipes because he's a pussy.
You should debate him though. He's a lovely guy.
I've offered him 20 times. He's refused
Oh,
every
really?
time.
I
Honey
say,
Badgers
honestly,
won't get involved. They won't host a stream. Nah, it's never happening.
man, that's a shame because Random Cam he's one of my favorite people on the internet. He is a lovely guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
He really hates it when you say autism for some reason.
Yeah, I think he's autistic. That's why.
I think that's probably what it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. But
Because
he's
he
a
went on
genuinely lovely
a
guy.
fucking 2-week tirade about that with me.
Yeah, I know. He's called me up on it as well. I'm just more forgiving, obviously.
Well, hey, I'd love to debate the guy. If you want to try to set that up, feel free to. But he will not respond when I've offered.
Well, I mean, he's not like he runs a YouTube channel and he's a performer, but he's one of those people who's very introverted in conversation. And you're not.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what?
You got to admit, fucking Jim, that you when it comes to you having conversations with people, that you're pretty fierce.
Yeah.
You really don't hold back, and I think that out of all the people that I've heard online, in terms of like articulation and needling into people, you're probably the absolute fucking best.
It's just the internet. I just talk to whoever the fuck shows up. I mean, I did a stream with fucking white nationalists. I've done streams with BLM communists. Like, I don't understand the fear of interacting with people, which is, I think,
No,
weird.
specifically, there's a fear of interacting with you because you know how to rip people apart, and you're very effective at doing it. That's why.
I promise to be nice to Dr. Randomer Cam. I'll be a gentleman with Dr. Randomer Cam.
I think that's bullshit.
I promise not to raise my voice and make him piss himself.
He's not like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like I said, he's very passive aggressive, and he won't just directly confront you, which I think is weird. Like, if you're a men's rights activist, you should act like a man. But apparently that's not happening.
I'm not sure that's. I don't think that necessarily follows, actually.
Well, yeah, I think he's being a passive aggressive little bitch and acting like a woman by refusing to directly confront what he has a problem with. That's my assessment. Yeah. But again, I know that's being mean. I won't be like that, dog.
No,
Dr. Randomer Cam, if you hear me, I won't be like that on stream with you.
To me, that would be a provocation, but to him, I don't think that's a provocation. That's the thing.
I don't know. I can't read the guy. We won't interact.
Well, I'm just saying as a person who knows him and likes him, you know. But anyway, maybe one day he will, maybe one day he won't. Who knows? But anyway,
I look forward to it with bells on.
I would enjoy that too.
All right. Well, like I said, I had about an hour. I got to jump. If there's anything else.
No, I'll just say thanks for stopping by. Thanks for having the conversation with me. Thanks for Sargon for jumping in with you.
Yeah, no problem.
And I look forward to what you do in the future, Jim.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is a difference in philosophy between us. Like, I think it's personal priority. When it comes to internet and real life, I think it is. Like I said, I'm more on the side of just be anonymous and do shit rather than go into real life and do activism. That's why I find it funny.
That's fair if you can afford to do that.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, you two take it easy. Sargon, no need to get intel reports on me. You can always hit me up. I'm always really available to shit talk you in person.
Over about you, if that's okay. By the way, when you're doing the crowd stuff, you could have just messaged me on Skype. You could.
I tried to stay away from all the people involved in it. Crowd tried to get a hold of me, and I just didn't want to engage. I guess I just wanted like an outside perspective on it. He asked one thing of me, which I did because I had no intention of doing it in the first place, which was leave his family out of it. Because I mean, they had nothing to do with it, so why even bring them up? It'd be like bringing up Jeff Holiday's family. Like, they have nothing to do with any of that shit.
Yeah, but like you were like, why did I want to record the conversation with the crowd? You could have just messaged me, and I would have told you.
Well, why did you want to record it? Because it was very weird.
Because I was going to do a podcast and talk to him about it, and then you can hear it in the stream. He just lies to my fucking face.
Oh no, he lied to you a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I know, and I was just like, right, okay. And then I think it was my kid was calling for dinner or something. So I was like, I'll call you back later. But I was sat at dinner and I was fucking fuming, man. I was just like, I can't believe he just lied to my fucking face, and I just never called him back.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I said after I did the videos. The thing that really got to me about Kraut in particular was his like willingness to basically use everybody around him and throw them under the bus. I mean, he lied to and about you, Thunderfoot, Jeff Holiday, Zeph, just like anybody he could get his hands on. Even Spinosaurus turned him down when he was like, "Yeah, here, you want to take this information and give it to your SJW friends to do something with?" And he's like, "Yeah, we don't do that." Which is just fucking surreal, to be honest.
Yeah. Like I said, I was just so pissed off that he just lied to my fucking face, man. It's like, I mean, I knew he'd been digging stuff up, but I didn't know he'd been using the server, because every time he'd tell me about the server, he'd be like, "Hey, do you want to join my server? We're doing science stuff in there." And I was like, no. I mean, he literally never said anything else about it. So I assumed that that's what he was doing. And I assumed that the digging up was something he was doing in his personal time or something. You know? It's just like, why are you doing this, Kraut? Just stop doing this, man.
I actually I am curious about one other thing. I did bring this up on stream a couple of days ago.
Sure.
When you talked to Kraut, you said, like digging up stuff and using it against people, it's morally wrong. It's not what we'd call morally right. You had a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kraut had this information. He said he shared it with you. You acknowledged that he was talking about doing this kind of
He
stuff.
shared that he had information with me.
Okay. But I mean, if it was morally wrong for him to do it, why did you make a video on CRP and show his Kiwi Farms thread with all his information?
Oh, because it was already out there. I mean, he'd already doxed himself. It's not hiding anything, is it?
Yeah, but that information was Kraut's.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Kraut had a proxy of a proxy put that up on Kiwi Farms.
Well, I had no idea. Everyone was just passing around this Kiwi Farms link. I had no idea where it came from. And I thought it was King of Pole anyway.
Yeah, Guardian gave it to King of Pole, and Kraut gave it to Guardian, and Guardian had his own
do an
information.
investigation in it, so it's good to know how it came, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I just found it kind of weird, I guess. I mean, if it was personal information or if it was public information already, you don't find it morally wrong.
No, not if it's already public.
Okay. Just private information.
Yeah, I think so.
But what if somebody's trying to, like hide their name? Like me, right? Most people don't know who I am. So would it be morally wrong to use my name? I'm sure you could find it. It's probably publicly out there.
Don't know. Everyone uses my name publicly, and I don't find that morally wrong. So I don't know. Probably not.
What about kids?
What about whose?
The kids, children.
No, I wouldn't be interested in finding a kid's name.
But I mean, if it's public, it's not morally wrong, yeah?
Well, I mean, on the face of it, it might not be, but there's probably some moral ill intent there, I think.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's what I wanted to
wants to dox a kid.
Because I wasn't sure exactly what Kraut gave you, but from the tapes, it made it sound like he gave you the information he'd gathered on Coach. He was bragging about having his name and some other information. And then when he talked, and he also talked to you about, I don't know if Ryan's full name's out there. I'm just going to call him Alt Hypothesis. I mean, you brought him up too.
I think his name is out there, yeah.
So, like, how did you know Kraut had that information?
Because he'd say, "I found Coach Red Pill's name" or something, and I'd be like, "There's no point in finding out Coach Red Pill's name."
Right. No, I get you. So, I mean, but that goes back to, I guess, my original question. If there's no point in it, why did you include it in your video about him?
Well, the docs of Coach Red Pill.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no point in digging up this information, why use it?
Because it was pertinent to the subject at hand.
Which was Coach is a con guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's making nothing but character attacks against me, which is ironic given the state of this man's character, don't you think?
Okay, like I said, I'm just trying to get a feel for what went on.
Well, there we go.
Because it struck me as weird that you tell him it was morally wrong for him to do it, but then seemingly kind of do the same thing.
I didn't though, did I?
No, that's why I'm asking you to make the distinction of what exactly he shared with you.
Okay, well, there we go.
All right, guys. Well, like I said, I got a jet, but it's been interesting. I'll say that much.
All
right, take it easy.
Take care, man.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
All right, so I think that was somewhat productive considering the way it could have gone. When you guys were screaming at each other, I thought for a second that may have been not as productive, but I do still think that it actually helped.
He knows that he's not correct on the individualist thing. He's not an idiot. I refuse to believe he's an idiot. It's okay to not understand the word because it is a it's an ideological word. It's been defined in a certain way. It's okay to not understand that. Honestly though, I do think he's just trying to play the coolest kid around. It's like, okay, Jim, you're the coolest kid around, buddy.
Yeah, like I said, he was a little bit too obtuse, and it had to be intentional. Like the whole continuous use of the word collective, that's intentional.
Yeah,
you don't have to use that word.
Just use the word group, means the same thing. Still a group of individualists. But anyway, I don't see the point carrying on the stream now.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by.
Here.
Take it easy.
Yeah, see you, man.
So now that the two people are now gone, I'd like to thank Jim once again for stopping by, and thanks to Jeremy for sending Jim rather the link. Jeremy is Unsleeved Media. For those unaware, I messaged him on Skype because I wanted to get in contact with Jim to talk to him about this issue, because I saw him tweeting about this for hours and it was bothering me. And I just said, I just wish he would come on and, we could at least talk about this, because I think he's going way too far and he's not being honest about what the issue is. I mean, it's fine to say it's cringy, but I still don't think that, he has any kind of real solution to the issue. It's okay to just, to shit on something or whatever, but it's not enough to, like, the thing is that I know that Jim wants things to get better. I know that he genuinely wants these things to change. It's not just all a laughing matter to him, because I can remember him getting at times incredibly angry about these issues. So if you're capable of getting incredibly angry about these particular issues, you genuinely care. And to laugh it all off, I know that that's not authentic. So that was my real issue. And that's why I brought him on. So thanks again for Jim for stopping by. And thanks for Sargon for dropping in at the last second, for messaging him on Skype. But I'll conclude it there. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for stopping by. And hopefully, I could facilitate some actual conversations like this in the future. All right, thanks.